Are you like me and have noticed that everything seems to be speeding up? And for the last few years, everything goes by day by day by day, faster and faster and faster and faster. And you wonder where the heck your day has gone? I've come up with 3 reasons scientifically why this is happening, and it's just not you going absolutely nuts. The number 1 is the Schumann resonance. This is where we're going to start. This is a magnetic frequency that gets locked between the Earth and the ionosphere, and it messes with your bioresolution. Now, let me take you to an expert, the number 1 expert in the world, Roland McCready. And after him, I'm going to tell you exactly what has been happening in the last few years, what has changed, and what could possibly making this a time warp, which might seem like instead of having 24 hours a day, you might only have 16. And the end, well, it's going to be a little tough love, and you're going to be surprised on what the last one, the third one, is going to lay out to us.
Subscribe, like, share, follow, comment, fast to the point news and information daily here on Hard Basis.
There's actually 8 Schumann frequencies. So the strength or the magnetic, we'll call it amplitude of these field line resonances is many, many times greater in amplitude. So these are magnetic waves that are basically trapped between the surface of the Earth and the bottom of the ionosphere. When magnetic waves get generated that fit the geometry of the cavity, and this is because these lower frequency magnetic waves bounce off the bottom of the ionosphere. So they don't just radiate out, they get trapped, and they have to kind of fit the right wavelength around the Earth, the geometry of the Earth. And if they do, they're what are called Schumann resonances. Well, most people don't even know about field line resonances. And then there was some activity that kicked up the resonances. The Schumann frequencies increased up to this. So as it turns out, all 8 Schumann frequencies overlap human brainwave frequencies. So Earth is vibrating and resonating at the same rhythms and rates as our hearts and brains. The point of this is that you can transfer energy and information when 2 systems vibrate at the same resonant frequency. And it's shown that our brainwaves can synchronize up and become the same with this phase, really synced in short periods every couple of minutes or so with the Schumann resonances.
And this is out of the article of the Science Times, which came out late last year. Time is actually speeding up or collapsing. For thousands of years, the Schumann resonance or pulse, the heartbeat of Earth, has been around 7.83 cycles per second. The military has used this as a very reliable reference. However, since 1980, this resonance has been slowly rising and is now over 12 cycles per second. This means there is an equivalent of less than 16 hours per day instead of the old 24 hours per day. So wait. I know what you're thinking. There's no way. This is just unbelievable. Well, I want to remind you that at one point in time, scientists thought that the Earth was flat. Yeah, I know we still got some people out there, some loons that are like, trying to prove that the Earth is flat yet, but I assure you it's not. We also thought at one time that burning people at the stake was a really good idea. Thank God we learned from that. Scientists fall on math to make their theoretical ideas to fruition. So if they can make up a mathematical equation that comes out in their favor, hence it must be true. But there's some things that you just cannot disprove in any way. Let's take a look at Einstein, for instance. Einstein's theories revolutionized the understanding of time, establishing it was relative and intertwined with space, forming what now known as space-time. This means the rate at which time passes depending on the observer's frame of reference, velocity and gravity field, will make a difference in time, space. Einstein's special theory of relativity introduced the concept of time being relative and not absolute. And this is going to lead us into part 2.
Hubble tension is a major challenge in modern cosmology, centered on conflicting measurements of the Hubble constant, which is the rate at which the universe is expanding. This debate traces back to Edwin Hubble's 1929 discovery that the universe is expanding, which revolutionized cosmology and led to the development of the Big Bang theory. Over time, 2 primary methods for measuring the Hubble constant have emerged, producing divergent results. The first method analyzes the cosmic microwave background, the residual light from the Big Bang. By studying this ancient radiation, scientists estimate the universe's expansion rate during its earliest moments, which has yielded a precise Hubble constant of around 67.4 kilometers per second per megaparsec. The second method focuses on more recent cosmic history by observing the expansion rate of nearby galaxies. By calculating their distances and recession velocities, astronomers derive a higher Hubble constant, roughly 74 kilometers per second per megaparsec. This discrepancy between the 2 measurements, known as the Hubble tension, suggests that something significant might have altered the universe's expansion over time, or it may point to new physics beyond our current understanding. Dark energy, the mysterious force driving the universe's accelerated expansion, could be more complex than previously thought, or there could be new particles or fields influencing cosmic evolution in ways we haven't yet detected. By comparing the properties of galaxies at different distances, astronomers can build a more detailed picture of how the universe's expansion has changed over time, potentially revealing new insights into the nature of dark matter, dark energy, and the underlying structure of space-time.
Well, let's add this up for a moment, okay? First segment, the Schumann resonance. What we've got going on there is the fact that the resonance has picked up over many, many, many years, and because of that, it is affecting our brain and the way we function, and that we're thinking that time has gotten shorter and time has accelerated. Now, number 2, the idea that the universe Big Bang started out slowly and has been rapidly expanding into the dark matter of the universe, and that is potentially making time go faster, even though our clock is still based on 24 hours, but the universe is expanding so fast that we don't have an understanding of time, and it is just going faster and faster and faster, causing our thoughts and our life to seem like it's flashing by in a moment. Now, let me give you an example of another situation that you probably didn't think of, or you might not even know of. Gravity. We're all, since little school, we've all been taught about gravity. Gravity is what holds us to the earth. And it's because the earth is spinning and spinning and spinning, and that's what causes gravity. Well, it's a little deeper than that. We have a name for gravity. We know what gravity does. We know how to induce gravity, but gravity is throughout the whole universe, whether something is spinning or not. Now, here's something that's going to bake your noodle. We don't know what makes up gravity. We know what makes up oxygen, okay? We know what makes up gases. We don't know what makes up gravity. Gravity is everywhere. Just depends on how much gravity. So gravity is made up of something, but what it is, we have no clue. Let that bake in for a while. kind of now makes it a little bit more sensical about part 1 and part 2. But let's move on to part 3 here. And it's more than likely probably your life, and it's probably going to hit home a little bit. So, part 3 it is. It feels like time speeds up as we age, right? 1 minute you're a kid, next you're wondering where the last decade went. But why does this happen? It turns out our perception of time is super flexible, and it's about how much information our brains are processing. The information overload effect. Think about being in a new city or learning a new skill. Every sight, sound, and sensation is fresh to your brain. It's working overtime to take it all in. When your mind is processing a ton of new information, time actually feels like it's slowing down. This is why your childhood often feels so long. Everything in a new and exciting, creating constant stream of novel experiences. On the flip side, when you're doing something routine and boring, like a dull lecture or your daily commute, your brain doesn't have much new information to process. Your mind starts to wander, filling with random thoughts, and suddenly time flies by. This is thought chatter. Actually makes it feel shorter because your conscious attention isn't focusing on the present moment. Why age accelerates time? So how does it relate to getting older? As we age, our lives often become more predictable. We have fewer new experiences, and our brain becomes incredibly efficient at processing familiar information. Basically, we're bored out of our gourds. We're less likely to be amazed by the everyday world around us. This desensitizing means we're making a less new information, and as a result, time seems to speed up. It's like our brains are running on autopilot more often, every day, every minute. How to slow down time? The good news is you're not doomed to a life where it just blurs by. You can actually slow down your perception of time by increasing the information your brain processes. Here are a couple powerful ways to do it. Embrace novelty. Seek out new experiences. Travel to new places. Pick up a new hobby. Learn a new language, like Spanish, since everybody seems to speak Spanish in America now. Or even just try a different route to work. Newness forces your brain to engage and process more information, expanding your sense of time. Practice mindfulness. This is perhaps the most effective method by paying conscious attention to your day-by-day experiences, truly noticing what you're seeing, hearing, tasting, and feeling. You increase the amount of information you process from the present moment. Meditative practices can also help quiet your mind's chatter and enhance your awareness. In close, by actively engaging with the world and embracing newness, you can essentially stretch your perception of time, making your life feel richer and more expansive. So what new experience are you going to try this week to slow down time? So what new experiences are you going to try this week to slow down time? Well, let me give you a little bit of help here based on a new psychological study that was put out. Did you know the average person in America, United States, the United 50, watches social media from anywhere from 3 hours to 5 hours? Holy schmoly Jesus. This is part of the reason why time is flying by also. Let's try this. That demon device called a phone, which is more like a little TV now, let's set that aside. Just forget it exists. It's all right. You'll live. Let's turn off the TV. Let's go try something new. Go outside. Actually take in what is going on. Check out the birds. I know it sounds corny. I know. The point is you need to change your life and do something with it. Something that you can engage with other than staring visually at something like social media, TV, etc., the same old boring stuff. So I wish you the best of luck with that. Go do it. And don't forget, Hard Basis, that's the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you think. Daily information right here. Don't miss it.